Not mistaken, should be okay now.
Nice.
I just
I
won't be.
forgot
It
all about
won't be on YouTube though. It'll just be on Twitch and Kick.
Yep. Oh, we got audio coming through it, so it's good.
I forgot all about daylight saving times. Stayed up till 7, 8 in the morning.
Damn.
Yeah, was not tired at all.
Yo, Killer, appreciate you.
What is sleep?
Something that I thought I was gonna do. And then I forgot that I had a meeting.
Look at that. People looking out for each other in their group. I love it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good old,
Think,
good old Juice.
so
You can go ahead and start us off.
let's say we're good to go now. So welcome in everybody that's taken the time to be here. We've got a lot, not really a lot to cover, but like there's been a lot that we've been working on. Things that have been, either not in, as good a working condition as we would like them to be, that have been ironed out, and things have been added in for, um, user friendly kind of things and stuff that people like. We're gonna go over a bunch of that. Let's see. I think, what is this, like the third community meeting we've had?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so. So I mean, we've seen steady growth through our process here. We've seen people come, we've seen people go. Like it's the nature of the beast. Like it's not affecting our confidence in how we feel about the server. We feel like the server is one of, if not the most solid RP server that any of us have ever played in, and that's not just because we have a stake, in what's going on here. We're actively involved in, what happens and whatnot. That's not at all, what this is. It's just the God's honest truth. Like we've played in a lot of servers that aren't as solid and that things don't work in, that we have that work here. Things that we have that people, other servers don't have, things you've never seen before, things that, make things super easy to deal with. So, I mean, we're very proud of what we've been able to put together here. Very proud of the team that, we've assembled, with the original, four of us. We've added three people to the mod team, which are all fantastic human beings. We love them. We've known them for years of RP together. Actually, we added four. Excuse me, four. They are solid cornerstones to the foundation that we're trying to build here. Just as well as we are. And yeah, we look forward to what we're going to be able to build together, moving forward. As far as like where, like the server side of like coding and scripts and all that, it's not really something that's on, is in my wheelhouse to be able to talk about. So Cloud will go through that. I'm sure JP or Cheeto will have some things to throw into that as well. And then, AP is a man of few words, so he'll speak whenever he has something to say. So, but yeah, as far as community, like, as far as from like the RP that I've seen that we are able to produce together with, the small amount of people that we do have that actively go up and come around has been some of the, it's been really, really good. Um, a lot of us, because we are still relatively small, and we're looking to gain people wherever we can. Um, so that being said, with the different dynamics and whatnot that you need to carry through RP, you have to have criminals, you have to have cops, you have to have this, you have to have that. Like, so a lot of us are wearing multiple hats and trying to keep the RP pushing through the city, and whatnot, and keeping it believable and feeling real. Um, we're doing the best that we can as far as um, setting up our characters to where we can provide that different flavor every day. You know what I mean? Um, so stuff doesn't get as stagnant as it can with very few people. Um, and that's where the community comes in. Like, if we anybody that shows up is going to just add to that. You know what I mean? Like, so if we can get people to fly in and check out the server and see what we've got to offer, and actively participate, it'd be huge. It'd be a game changer. We got to a point where we were having 10 to 12 people on a regular basis, and that's not, that's more than just the basic, the base, like 8 or 9 people that show up. You know what I mean? And it was good. It was great. I mean, we were adding things, and people were getting interested in doing this and that. Um, and then it falls off, and it's like I said, it's the nature of the beast. But man, it's so much better when there's more people. Um, so that's more of a reach out to um more reach out to our community members and whatnot, just the citizens of NHRP to come around, come have fun with us, come play with us. Like, we're very open, we're very accepting. um we just want to play, we just want to RP. That's it. Like, we're not like most servers where we're gonna put like strict guidelines on what you have to do. As long as what you want to bring to the city makes sense, we're all for it. You know what I mean? If we feel like it can add to the story and add to RP and push things in certain ways, we'll facilitate it. You know what I mean? Not only will we just allow you to do it, we'll make it easier for you to do. Um, um, but yeah,
I don't think that
so
can be stressed enough on
absolutely not.
how easy we can add the stuff. A lot of it is just mainly what you guys want. So, for example, Burger Shot, people wanted more variety of foods. So we added Burger Shot, even though no one's running it right now. But if someone wanted to run it, hey, it, we could totally get that going. Like, we already have the resources, tools, all the knowledge we need to get that added within a week tops, I would say. The only thing that would hold us back would be the MLOs or anything like that is needed.
Yeah, and to add to that, uh, um, we're not here to take your money when it comes to stuff like that.
Hmm.
We stress this every time. Like, this is not a play to win server. We're not expecting anything from you besides role play. Like, we're not here to keep that idea from you. Like, we're not here to hold that detail back from you. Like, yes, of course, we'll help you with anything that you'd like, as long as you return the favor by role playing. Like, that's literally every person that's come in, and this is no shade or whatever, but every gang that's come in to try to join the server, like, literally, instead of like looking at the city, checking us out, even creating a character, simple request as creating a character was too much. All they did was create a ticket, give demands of what they wanted before they came into the server, see that their demands weren't met unless they gave RP and then left. Like literally, all we're asking these people that are coming in to put in MLOs, to put in their gangs, all we're asking for is RP.
Just a
So
little effort.
a little effort, just a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's basically just come in and do what we're all here to do. You know what I mean? We're all here to role play. Um, as easy as we'll make things for you, we're also not going to just hand things out to people because they want them. You know what I mean? If especially with gangs, you know what I mean? You come in, you role play your gang, you bring your people in, set your stuff up, whatever area you want to operate out of. Um, find something to hold down, even if it's just your block. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like we're gonna run cocaine or this or that. You know what I mean? It's just like we're gonna run this block. Anybody comes in this block, they're gonna see us. You know what I mean? Like even that, just do that. We will see it 100%. You've got your gang ticket open and all that, and like, and you said, hey, I want to bring a gang in or whatever, and we say, okay, do something. You know what I mean? Let us see what you've got. You know what I mean? We will bend over backwards to put in whatever you need, to feel like it's real for you. You know what I mean? As long as you give us the effort to show us that you want it. Because we don't want to be wasting our time adding stuff and then you just be like, okay, I got it. I'm not gonna come in. I'm not gonna come by anymore. You know what I mean? Or hey, I want to start an MC. I want you to put these cuts in. Blah blah blah. We put the cuts in, and then you never show up, and now we've got an extra clothing item for no reason. You know what I mean? That nobody can wear because it belongs to you and your crew. That's not even here. You know what I mean? So it's like we want to see that you want to be here before we add stuff. But at the same time, we are willing to add stuff. You just have to show us that you want it. Where else was I going to go with that?
I'm just going to cut in before you change the subject real quick.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we're not saying that you have to be here for 2, 3, 4 months and prove you're going to be around like that before you get anything. Because, I mean, we've all been in places that are like that and the shit sucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
As long as you can show that you're willing to be around on a continuous basis and you're going to put the effort in to role play that you have this without having it. I get it. It sucks, but it's all part of it. There are other places that you go that you can just pay immediately and get whatever you want. We don't want your money. Just show us what you can bring to the table.
Yeah. And we're so excited to have you. Like literally he says we're gonna wait a few days. Like if it's not by the end of the week that we see you be so active, we'll probably give you everything that that week. But for sure 2 weeks we like see, okay, this person is creating active stories. We see them at, like, let's say for example community meetings. We see them at on Discord, like actively trying to be part of the community. Like we're going to, what's the word I'm looking for here, guys? Uh, give
Notice
them,
that.
no, yeah, we're gonna notice it, but we're also going to gift. What is it? Word? A reward. There. We go. Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
just woke up, guys. But we're going to reward that. Like we're definitely going to reward those that have been here. And if you've been here and you wish to have something, and we know that you've been here for a while, just create a ticket. Like have a conversation. Let us know, like, hey, it might not be for this character that I'm currently working on, but I have an idea. Like, yeah, hit us up. We'll help you get through. We'll help you accomplish your goals for sure.
Hell yeah. And myself, I just had an idea like a week ago about something that we could bring to the server that would give people, civilians whatever, just something to go do. That could be kind of fun, and we're in the process of implementing that. Um, it's basically done, but I'm like super picky about how I want it to work. We could literally open it today, but I want to get everything buttoned down before I open it up. Um, but yeah, just even something like, you know, a business, or, you know, something for people to do, something fun. If you've got ideas for server events, you know, things like that. Like, and we're willing to facilitate just about anything that we can do, as long as, you know, if it's gonna push interaction, it's gonna push role play. Like, that's what we want to do. Like, we all want to interact with everybody in this server. You know what I mean? Everybody should want to interact with everybody in the server. That's the whole reason why we're here. It's not a single player game. It can be, like, if you really want it to be, it can be. But like, where's the fun in that, really? I mean, there's just, like, to me, and I'm super introverted. Like, even running this this community meeting on like a regular basis, like, I talk, I feel like, more than anybody else in the entire meeting, on the, you know, because community manager status, that's, you know, that's where I'm at. It's my job. Um, but like, even like, it's tough. It's tough for me. Um, you know, talking to new people in character and in game, and even in real life, is complicated for me. Um, but RP is one way that I've found that makes it a little bit easier. Um, so yeah, I mean, we want the interaction. We want to talk to each other. We want the role play. That's, at the end of the day, that's why we're here.
Mm-hmm. Earl meets people more times than Juice does.
You're right. Earl, Earl knows more people than I do. Um, Earl is one of my characters, just disclosure. Um, but yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we want. You know, we want the interaction, we want the role play. That's what it's all about. Um, let's see. I don't really have anything else that I want to cover, really. It's just yeah, and like B just said, like, all her character, she loves to talk to people. She loves new people. She's by far, I feel like, by far one of the best role players that I've ever come across. 100%. Um, so I mean, she's super willing to meet new people, and to, you know, to interact and push their role play as well as her own. Um, and most of us are that way. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else. My whole thing today was just more of a, you know, a plea to the community to fly in, show up, come hang out. Like, let's create some shit together. You know what I mean? Like, the possibilities with role play are what we make them. You know what I mean? If there's nobody around to make those opportunities happen, we can't progress. You know what I mean? We can, but it's really slow. It's so much faster when you have, you know, more people saying, "Hey, this is cool. This is cool. Let's do this. Let's do this," you know? Um so yeah, that's really my part of it. I hope to see more of you in the city. Um and I look forward to seeing what we all create together. And I'll turn it over to whoever wants to speak next.
All right.
This man says all right and then mutes himself.
My bad. My bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Let me get in here and say something before Cloud comes in here and gives you all the juicy behind the scene details that happen with developing. we get a lot of people that come into the Discord to offer their services for dev work. And by all means, do we need developers? But what we do not want for this community, because we built this community on having people that are going to be in the server and actively, contributing not only within the computer server side of things, but also within the community itself. So while we may need developers or help developing or people with experience in development, we're just not gonna pay people to do it. Like this is a passion project for everyone. Like we're investing money into the server. Don't get me wrong. We are putting money into it, but at the same time, the money is going to towards the server itself. We're not, none of us are getting paid from this. And so we want people that are willing to help us because they love the community, they see the vision, and those are the type of people that we want on staff. We're not looking for handouts, we're not looking for people to come in, give us what they've worked on in other cities and then leave. We're not here to have people come in and offer their services, but they have no idea what's going on in the city. They have no idea about what the storylines that we're creating. They have no idea of what we had envisioned prior to them being in the server. So those are the type of people that we're looking for on staff. If you're interested in helping or interested in picking up new things to help within the development side, me and Cloud are available and we can teach the things that we do know. Um, and before we even picked up developing, we had no idea what we're going to get into. We had no idea how things worked. Me and Cloud has spent countless hours looking up YouTube videos. So while you may not have an idea of how to start certain projects, we've probably already seen a video touching on the subject. So we can help guide you into the right direction if we do not know where to begin with what you want to get into. Those are my 2 cents in regards to that aspect. I know we've seen plenty of people come in here and spam their links, and they are opening tickets and they are talking to staff, but majority of the time it's, hey, we have this, you know, just let us know what you need and we'll charge you for it. And it's like that's not what we're interested in. We're not interested in buying anything from traveling merchants. We're here to have people in our community that are willing to help and make an impact in that aspect. Sorry, 2 cents. Turned out to be like $2, but it's okay.
All good. Solid points, man.
Real quick, Cloud, before you start talking. Okay. 20 minutes. And I'm cutting you off. Okay. 20 minutes.
I won't even need 10. No, I'm just kidding. I probably will need all 20 minutes of it because I yak and I yak and I yak. I won't lie. But a lot of the stuff that I'll be yakking about is all of the juicy stuff for the server. So just to kind of give people ideas, this server with expenses is all self-hosted. Nothing is going through any type of hosting service whatsoever. It's all currently being ran on my old machine that literally is only just running the server. Um, and the server stability has been absolutely insane, to say the least. I I can't believe it myself. We have over 600 assets in the server, and it barely pushes over uh two gigs of processing data, which is nothing for this machine. It's barely pushing a percentage of it, and its uptime is well over 99% of the time. I'm also noticing that ping rates with people have been pretty solid. There are some jitters here and there, but that's just because hashtag blame Kenta for restarting scripts all the fucking time and not picking the best times to do shit. That's me in a nutshell, though. To be honest, to give more stats, we have gone through immense amounts of resources. Our peak is still pretty good. We've come close to our peak several times over the last couple of weeks, so it would be awesome to finally break our record of player counts again. Um, and it would be awesome to see new faces and new people and to really bringing in that role play. To kind of irradiate script changes that we've done over the course between each meeting that we've had. Police department changes, new equipment, grappler system, a tracker system, and a beanbag shotgun. So these are all items that PD can use to, we all know these resources. There was another major change that I kind of want to discuss. We got rid of the um, older PD EMS fire vehicles that were not really causing, but they were uncooperative, is the best way to put it, in what we could do to them and what we could edit on them, with a newer model that allows us way more control and also is more lore friendly. So, and I've been working with everyone in the community to try and make sure these vehicles are set up and dialed in the way that they should be. We went through and honestly, I've talked to the guy who's gone through the painstaking process of adding all these crazy parts to these cars in order to make it so then they can do all this stuff, and given him some suggestions, and he's actually taken them to heart and actually has added them into some of them. So that's something to kind of keep in mind too. We were involved in GKS Phone's latest update. We were basically guinea pigs for 2.0. So I'd like to say thanks to everybody for dealing with all of that stress that came with that whole fiasco. But because of the data that I was able to send to GKS, we were able to help them out with that phone script and make it even better than what it was originally going to be. So things like that is what's really helping not only us but other developers, that in turn is going to help the city in the long run. Like a prime example here is we are marked down for a discount on our stancer script. The stancer script that we're using right now is so not it is so sensitive that the customizations that we've added on in were causing a little bit of issues. But the owner of that script helped us out and gave us a discount on this new development one that he's doing that's going to make it so then it's parts instead of a menu, and it's kind of going to be set up like what the actual mechanics have to do, but there's going to be actual interactions. But this is a future project. It's something that we might get a message about later on. In which case, I'll talk to the team and decide if we want to push it and see if we could be guinea pigs for them. Either way, we get that script discounted almost to zero. So for us helping them out with that kind of stuff, and that's something that is kind of cool in my personal opinion, that we have all of these guys who are willing to not only help us make the community much larger with your suggestions, but also these guys who have gone out here. I think we have, God, just alone we have, I think we have one developer stuff, like I think we've gotten every single one of them. I forget his name. Anyways, gonna move on here so we can make it quick. So another major change that we added was NPC interactions for PD and EMS. EMS's works a little different than PD's. EMS, it's every 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. I can't remember what the timer's set to, but they'll be requested to, go and pick up a, s- a local and drive them to another hospital, or a local has reported having a heart attack or a seizure, and they have to go and pick them up, and medically diagnose them, and then transport them to whichever hospital they wish. PDs is way more advanced, and I'm gonna kind of gush over that one a little bit more. The PD one allows it so then uh, cops can pull over any car, any local vehicle out there, and there is a I want to say 1 in 5, 1 in 8 chance that the suspect will run off. In which case, it will be an actual full-on pursuit with a local. Now, of course, it's nowhere near as good as an actual player on player, but it's something to say the least. And they can also lead out to a shootout too. So it gives cops that interaction when they're on their own and things are with the dreaded Q word is what we like to call it. Uh, and some major infrastructure changes with that. We did some major changes to PD's MLO. There was an update for that got changed, and I had to go through and change all the doors. So thanks for the struggle bus with AP for that one. That was a fun time. And we've also added elevators. So we have actually work at elevators all at the city. There's a couple places that uh, aren't set up just yet with their elevators. A lot of that is just because I'm not really too sure how I'm going to properly code it. Because there's more than one location that they can go to. Case in point being the Maze Bank Arena. So I have to actually sit down and understand the code more on how it's responding. Um, we have switched to a different garage and housing system, and I appreciate everybody's um, patience and time with that. Switching all of that over and the growing pains that went with that. But in all honesty, it seems like it's way more stable in a sense of what's available. I think the only con that we have between the two housing strips is that you can't do anything with this new script outside. But we have means around that. So then, if there's something outside that somebody wants, I'm sure we can add it shortly later. Uh, Charging stations were added across the city. That's not that important. I kind of want to discuss the jobs. So when we received a couple tickets about the garbage truck job having issues with keys, and even the towing job having some issues, I went on through and I did some digging and I decided to swap them out with newer ones. So now the garbage truck job is actually more interactive now. Instead of just traveling to these routes, you can go anywhere across the city, pick up any trash bag that's out there, load up your truck, and get a pay for it, as well as you can have friends join you. And then we also added a security job where you will go to the banks and pick up money and deliver money that businesses have requested, or vice versa. And it also allows other player interactions. More of a fuck around and find out situation, but I'm sure people can already guess what they can do. Tow truck job. So that was added and changed for mainly to make it so then not only does PD not only have to stay around, the car basically should stick around even if PD has to go to another call. But it also makes it so then you can have you can be a tow truck driver without being a part of a mechanic. Poster job. So we added advertising across the city. If you notice, there's a bunch of places that say for sale, a bunch of billboards that say for sale. Now, unfortunately, not all of those are actually for sale, but majority of them are. Long story short, There's over 400 of them that are available. If you want some prime examples of what they look like, go to MRPD and look at their billboard that's just across the street from them, and you'll see a now hiring LSPD billboard that's up for them. Same with the graveyard has one that's out in Sandy, and these billboards are up all over the place, allowing anybody to purchase them. And yeah, have all kinds of custom advertising that we want across the city. That also added the ability for us to make posters. If you've noticed, there are people who are going on out and hanging up posters across the city. Some of them for businesses, some of them for random events. If you're paying attention, you'll catch on pretty quickly with them. They are super easy to add. They are and it's honestly super easy to add anything. You can even create anything and just about anything, and then all it has to be is just an actual image, and it can be added to the script, and you can have your own billboard that says about any business that you want, and it can even be a GIF. Yes, it's GIF. It's not GIF. I don't care what anybody says. Anyways, trucking has been heavily changed.
Just like his con.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that one.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Trucking has been heavily changed. So we've added not only more trucks that are also permanently added to the script now. Again, another situation where we've done something cool and the original developer wants to take that from wants to have that available for everyone in that script. Yeah, the Conchetti. Anyways, but we've also made some major changes to that. If you've noticed now, you can't just purchase the greatest truck known to man right away. You have to actually go through the level system, which kind of makes sense. But at the same time, if I have $80 million and I'm going to go out, I can go out and buy any truck I want. But that's neither here nor there. That's what that trucking script is designed to be. And honestly, it follows more along the lines with if you've ever played American Truck Simulator, that's how it mainly works. Some major vehicle changes, of course, like I've mentioned, new PD, EMS, fire, and tons, and I mean tons of civilian vehicles. Just to kind of give people an idea, the amount of vehicles we have in the city. We have 432 vehicles in the city. Like, majority of them are in Lux. Several are hidden. Others are set to certain groups. But majority of them are in Lux Autos. And these are cars that you guys have suggested. I watch that vehicle suggestions, community suggestions, all that stuff on a daily. I see someone has requested us adding in a couple of tattoos, and I'm all for it. If I knew anything about how to do the tattoos, hopefully it's the same as adding clothing, and I can just have it added without replacing anything. And that's what I'm shooting for the most, is stuff that does not replace, but stuff that adds on. Now, even if it says that it replaces, I can find ways around to add it to the server without it replacing the actual vehicle. And well, it's funny that you mentioned that, Osgood. We do have Arcor. A lot of what I've mentioned just so far is from Arcor. So, and I'm actually going to be talking with them here pretty soon about being a partner server with them. So we will see what happens with that. But yeah, just to kind of give people an idea, 432 cars with, I'm going to take the RH6 as an example. The LE RH6 has 186 tuning parts to it. That is 186 different variations of cars across there. So even if somebody has the same car as you, there's a multitude of ways that I think can be tuned. We've also added some quality of life things like beer pong, arm wrestling, table tennis, darts, pool table, golfing is now a thing in the city. There are tons of things to do. Fishing, a new fishing system has been added, as well as again a bunch of new clothing. I blame B for the amount of clothing, but she has good taste, so I blame B and Jordan for taste of clothing. You can't point that out there. And even with even the graffiti system, we've added 20 new fonts to that, as well as images to that. And that's a lot of what I had. We did some changes to the dispatch tool for police, EMS, mechanics. They're added on the phones, so then if somebody's on duty, it'll auto switch, or they have to switch it themselves depending on the job type. And yeah, and like I mentioned before, we added Burger Shot, which gives it more food options, as well as yes, of course, the decal script and it's similar to the postal script. You literally can post stickers on any vehicle that you want in the city. And yeah, it's an awesome fucking script. I can't stress enough how amazing it is, because a lot of us are complete scrubs when it comes to modifying vehicles. So having the sticker script and just adding the stickers in that script makes it so much easier for us to make cars even more unique to this area. And if there's anything you want added to these when it comes to graffiti, stickers, or posters, or billboards, any of that stuff, open a ticket or post a suggestion in the community suggestions tab, and we can get it added.
Yeah, and like to add that, like AP was just saying, if you come in the server and you own a business and you want to have like a delivery vehicle, or like if it's a restaurant, or if you have a mechanic shop and you have a tow truck or whatever for the mechanic shop that you want to advertise your business on, you can do that with the sticker script. We have the mechanic shop in Sandy Shores, the graveyard. We've got tow trucks and whatnot. We have the logo for the mechanic shop on the sides of the truck. So if we pull up, you can see that this is the business that's going to be handling your vehicle. And just like I said, with even with like food deliveries or whatever, like if you wanted to set something up like that, if you had a restaurant, you could put like the logo of your food business. But I mean, there's endless possibilities with that sticker script.
Yeah, we've gone through major testing with that too, to make it so then the stickers actually show up even at a great distance. So no matter how far out it is, it makes it look like it's actually a part of that car. Now, there is limitations to that script, unfortunately, but I don't think we'll ever hit that limit. Long story short, I think it's within the distance radius. If there's more than 56 stickers in that area, the oldest sticker gets quote unquote removed. It just kind of goes into like a hidden state. And I have talked with Arcor in trying to figure out how to boost that to say 255, because it would be amazing to have the ability to have multiple cars in the city with that amount of stickers on it. Now, granted, for us, probably never going to hit that number anytime soon anyway. But who knows? Maybe if a lot of the stuff that we're doing in New Heights is heavily unique, and a lot of developers are actually poking and are actually interested. This is why we're getting traveling merchants, because we're doing something completely different from other places. Anyways, that's my 20-minute mark, because AP's got that timer on me apparently.
Yeah.
You're like
And
you're like
before-
2 minutes over, but I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Before AP kicks us all out, I want to say something before I forget, because um all of our members are very important to us, including all the women. Happy International Women's Day. I forgot to tell everybody yesterday. My bad.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to take just a few minutes and open the floor to any of the people, any of our mod team people that might want to hop up and say something. If not, you know, whatever. Uh, if you do, just raise your hand and we'll pull you up. He says she's got nothing. Figure Curler won't have much. She's shy. Bucky's the same. He's a shy boy. So rude. I'm not rude. You're shy. Don't play like you don't know. Just found the text chat.
These things happen.
Okay, so just to prove my point about how shy she is, she told me to tell y'all that fire and EMS are hiring. So if you have that itch to make a fire department character, they're doing fire and rescue. They're doing all kinds of like really cool stuff over there. There's an active fire script that we have there to keep them having something to do, so they're not just hanging out at the fire shed all day. There's fires that break out all over the map that they have to go and put out. It's really neat.
If you see a fire, report it, please.
Yeah, if you see a fire in the server, report it just like you would IRL. That way that they get that immersion. And also, like I said, they're running fire and rescue, so they're basically fire department and EMS at the same time. We do have a separate EMS department, so that's always an option too. If you want to do the EMT route without the fire, that's totally doable. I think that's pretty much all I've got. I think that's if nobody else has anything, I mean that'll do it for the meeting.
Not yet.
What?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Just want to make sure everybody knows there's an event in the server right after this.
Yes.
Everybody make your way to the arena so that we can destroy things. That's all the hints you're getting.
All right. I'm waiting for somebody to get out the bathroom so I can put my contacts on so I can join up.
Damn, that is not where I expected that situation to be going. But I mean, I'm glad it went there and nowhere else.
Because I wear glass contacts and I keep.
I know you do, bro. I know you do.
Hey, sad boy.
Anyways,
we're just glad you weren't talking about something else needed to be done in the bathroom.
What?
It's just your contacts and not explosive diarrhea.
oh god, that comes later. I mean, anyways, that's the end of the meeting. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, guys,
yeah.
but go ahead and get yourself into the Mazebank Arena. No.
All right.
Yeah.
And don't forget, #blame Kenta.
Always.
Mazebank Arena, let's blow some shit up.
All right. We'll see you guys in there.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming. We appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the reason why we do this. If there was no you, I mean, there would still be a server, but it wouldn't be any fun. So, thank you guys again for being here and being a part of this, and we appreciate you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
All right, guys. We are going to